You killed him, right? That mercenary? What was it? He left to get some water. Said he'd waterboard me until I told him everything.
What happened to Noontide?
After you left the island, first, Striders showed up, put together a small team. Dubny, Horse, a few others, and he ordered the rest to defend the island. He said the ward would never forgive him for what he was about to do. But if he didn't, there'd be no more Noontide. So they left. And then there was the signal, and I can't get there for the monolith cries out of my head.
Where did that signal come from?
Somewhere deep inside the shelter. I'm sorry I can't give you an exact location. My equipment didn't last long under that sea exposure, just like the Noontiders. One thing's for sure, a blast that powerful doesn't just happen. There must be a device. Something from the monolith's past, probably. There's a problem, though. The vents at the shelter don't work. Underground rooms are filled with toxic waste gas. This place is already falling apart without Horrors.
So I gotta fix the ventilation system to reach the source.
That's right. Horrors just started working on it. I think he even ordered some parts from Quiet before he left. I've got his notes. You can have them. Core's had everything planned out, so you'll have no trouble figuring it out. One more thing. Right now, you can only get underground from outside the base, to the northeast. After you're done with the vents, head there.
Perimeter! The sphere is under attack! I repeat, we've got contact and need reinforcements! There's a shitload of them! Shitload of what sphere? Stalkers? Noontide is storming in here like crazy. Definitely headed for the Duga. We need immediate extraction. I repeat, we need a chopper in here now. We can't hold them off. I've already got a dozen heavy... Sniper, 2 o'clock. Open fire. Keep that fucker pinned down. Don't let him get his head up. It's home now. The up, guys. An emission is coming. Everyone take shelter.
Malachite equipment detected a C-field disturbance of immense power. Our field teams have already faced highly aggressive behavior from Noontiders. If they've returned to their previous monolithian state, we need to brace ourselves for the worst. The absolute worst.
Emission underway. Hang on. Skiff, come in. What's up with Lodojika?
He's alive. And he helped me find the thing that scrambled Noontider's brains.
Good to hear. I've got some news too. I'll shoot you Scar's current coordinates. He knew you wouldn't leave the shelter empty-handed. Whatever you found, he wants you to bring it to him. He says it'll come in handy for his future plans. Keep an eye on him, Skiff. I don't like those insights of his. The emission's over, folks. You can come out now. If you need a medic, you know where to find him.
Mute. Come in. 8. Alphabet. Saba. Machine. Are you there? They weren't on the island when the signal hit. Maybe they weren't affected. All right, let's see what you've got.
You were right. It's some kind of device. Do you know what it is?
An emitter. It was used to control the monolithians. When linked to the X network, it transmits commands on a psi frequency that no monolithian can resist. I've never seen one of these intact before, but I've come across some of the components. I even repurposed a few for extracting energy from the waste here.
Do you know how many of those emitters are out there? Did Faust mention anything?
Good thinking. After Azimuth, Strider asked me to listen to the old monolithian network chatter again. I did come across a peculiar message. Faust told his men to reach out to their brother S.t.a.l.k.e.r about the S.t.a.l.k.e.r mission. I assume he was referring to another emitter. But how did he get so many? Then again, if I found the components, nothing stopped him from doing the same. Does that mean I had a hand in this? That Monolith's return is my doing? And Faust's?
What are you gonna do now, Professor? Wild Island isn't safe anymore.
Where would I go? This place is my home. Noontide's home. Only the dead have no hope. That's what whores used to say. He was right. He was right all along.
What was that?
Is anyone still breathing in this fucking zone? Anybody out there? Come in! If the bastards catch me, they'll do me in too.
Oh, fuck. It's you. Mr. Client. Didn't expect to see you again. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm looking for the emitter. Any idea where it is?
It was all Suhin. The motherfucker brought me some kind of gizmo. He was like, fix it up. It'll make our maps more accurate. Did I get a say? I'm at the bottom of the totem pole here. I do what I'm told. Who'd have thought it'd turn his brain to mush?
Is Suhin alive? Where is he?
He's a fucking rat, and rats don't die easy. After the Psi radiation hit and we were busy duct taping our brains back together, the son of a bitch opened the gates for his noon buddies. Then he holed up at the sphere while those fuckers massacred everyone. For the monolith.
Is there a way to get to the sphere unnoticed?
Not really, but you can always cut the power. There's a breaker nearby. Flip it, and the sphere goes dark. And hey, take a look around Sukhin's office while you're at it. He was always a shitheel, taking bribes like there was no tomorrow. He ain't gonna need any of his stuff now. And thanks, by the way. You saved my ass again.
Something's wrong. What's going on? Brothers, I need cover! Take this grenade! Brothers, I need to reload. I'm moving to cover! Brothers, support me with your fire! Keep the enemy pinned! Brothers, I'm reloading! You'll find no shelter from the
There you are, my good man.
I've got what you've asked for. It's amazing this lamp is still intact.
Okay. Business first, I get it.
I've seen what this piece of shit is capable of.
The war is about to attack Duga. Their best men are going to be there. This piece of shit would be very helpful in thinning out their ranks.
So we're back to the same old bloodthirsty plan, huh?
Ah, that's how the zone works. Some people have to suffer, so other people can stop suffering.
You knew all along, you son of a bitch.
Tell me, do you actually have some place to go back to? Or have you found what you were looking for?
Too many words, too few answers.
Man. A long time ago, I woke up in the scientist's mobile lab at Yonam Station. They were good men. They fed me and took care of me, all while huddled together in a cramped little iron box. I wanted to help them, to find them a better place to live. During one of my trips, I stumbled upon the chemical plant. Yes, sure, another brick monstrosity, but back then, it was like an oasis to me. So those good men moved there. It was the first Spark group. We kept to ourselves, minded our own business, even during that new faction war. Until one day, bam, 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 Topo, he was the first to die. Mace tried to warn us. Over here! But all he could do was wheeze. Spirit and I tried to escape through the workshop, and then the second assault squad burst in. Boom! But Snake had a grenade ready for them. Thieves rule and wardens rule. Boom! And now tell me, who holds the chemical plant now?
The ward.
Yes, the ward. I've kept away from any ruins ever since, except for the ruins of the Institute. Sure, you can take my bloodthirsty plan as paying off a debt. But this war isn't just my war. Yes, you. Him. You came to the zone looking for justice too, didn't you?
What's the point of all the sacrifice, Scar? All these victims.
What's the point? We're all to stand upon the sea. Through death, through darkness thus. I choose the nets that swallow me. This mortal coil failed us. Do what must be done, and the mystery will reveal itself. That I know for sure. As for you, just have faith.
What's the plan, Scar? What's our next move?
The plan is as simple as it gets. The Ward intends to destroy the zone, along with you and me, of course. But we're going to stop them. How? Easy enough. We're going to strike back, starting with the Duga for now.
What do you want me to do?
First, head over to our tech, Power Plug. He'll hand you the control emitter and give you the 101 on how to use it and where it goes.
Oh, and Power Plug's got a little present for you, too. It's time to stop hiding, Skiff. Let the zone know you're one of us now.
Ah, there you are.
Scar told me to grab some scrap here.
Scrap you can grab. As for the control emitter, I'm handing it over as I was told. So it probably makes no difference to grunts like you. Don't mess with it. We've had a few accidents already. Now those accidents are either drooling in a corner or doing a little dance under the controller's spell.
What do I need to do with the emitter?
There's an abandoned complex beneath the Brumming factory. Inside, you'll find the device the emitter is meant to be used with. Your job is to hook the emitter up to the device. Then get the heck out of there. Comms might get wonky, but we'll know when the job's done, rest assured.
We need to stay put until we get new orders. So we're gonna keep patrolling until our knees give out. When the captain needs us, he'll get in touch. The rest isn't our concern.
Man, that was crazy. I was walking past the rupture when I heard Fedorchuk shouting from inside. I peeked in, but there was no one there.
Hey, the same shit happened to me there a few times, but I usually keep quiet about it.
I wouldn't have cared if that jerk Fedorchuk hadn't told me the same night that I was the one calling out to him from that crack.
Who's that? Lost or something?
Everyone stay put.
Who the fuck is that? Becker, come in. Respond. Assemble a new recon team and dispatch them to Becker at once. Provide him and his men with all the support they need.
Cover me! Everyone stay put.
Ah, there you are.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R told me to grab some scrap here.
Scrap you can grab. As for the control emitter, I'm handing it over as I was told. So it probably makes no difference to grunts like you. Don't mess with it. We've had a few accidents already. Now those accidents are either drooling in a corner or doing a little dance under the controller's spell.
What do I need to do with the emitter?
There's an abandoned complex beneath the Brumming factory. Inside, you'll find the device the emitter is meant to be used with. Your job is to hook the emitter up to the device. Then get the heck out of there. Comms might get wonky, but we'll know when the job's done, rest assured.
We need to stay put until we get new orders. So we're gonna keep patrolling until our knees give out. When the captain needs us, he'll get in touch. The rest isn't our concern.
Man, that was crazy. I was walking past the rupture when I heard Fedorchuk shouting from inside. I peeked in, but there was no one there.
Hey, the same shit happened to me there a few times, but I usually keep quiet about it.
I wouldn't have cared. If that jerk Fedorchuk hadn't told me the same night that I was the one calling out to him from that crack.
Who's that? Lost or something?
hell?
Everyone stay put.
Who the fuck is that? STALKER, come in. Response. Assemble a new recon team and dispatch them to Becker at once. Provide him and his men with all the support they need.
Cover me! Everyone stay put. Take this! Cover me!
There you are! Ready for the show?
Depends. What's the plan this time?
You'll love it. We're killing two birds with one stone. The monolithians are all yours.
And what about the ward?
They're not your concern. I've got a little surprise cooked up for them. Just focus on the task at hand. While everyone's busy dealing with the mess at the checkpoint, you'll take over the underground comm center, then eliminate the leader of the monolith. I've thought it all through. This way, you'll come at them from their blind side. Any questions?
None whatsoever.
Now, we wait for the ward. We've got some time, so rest up and prepare yourself. We'll wake you up when it's time.
We have no other life beyond our devotion to him.
Secure the comm center. Skiff, it's time to move on to the next phase of the plan. We've pinpointed the Monolithians' HQ. If you can call it that. You know the drill.
SCAR never told us they were goddamn super soldiers. Fuck, Weasel. Keep your mouth shut and stay focused.
Listen to me, brothers. For I am the word of the monolith. There will be no more pain, no more fear. The monolith has taken them and given us power instead. Rejoice, brothers. Those who are in eternal union with the monolith. Stopped. Just let you know the time above our heads.
Taking cover! Brothers, I'm reloading.
Just killed him.
Whoever you kill, he wanted him. Move out, now!
like it, Skiff. I, for one, savored every moment. The zone really tore the world asunder today.
You'd better explain why I had to kill the same guy over and over again.
They were illusions, phantom doubles, like those conjured by certain mutants. Who knows what other tricks the preacher has up his sleeve? Right now, he poses a greater threat to our cause than the Ward. Head over to s.t.a.l.k.e.r and find Ozeski. He's a friend of Spock. He'll help us understand this tech and come come up with a plan to tackle those doubles.
Another field trip? Look, at least let me...
Remember that not
Wait,
all
you're not
research
one of them
requires
scientists.
hands-on specimen collection. Our guide and
Listen,
AI learners
buddy,
are
if you
ready to
need to
bring
go places,
anything you
I
might
can help
need.
you out. But we gotta stop and take a break along the way. Alright? These eggheads have been up my ass all around the clock. Take me here, set my equipment up there. Man, I should have stuck to the swamps. Good luck out there.
Freeze. This is a secure facility. No rookie stalkers allowed. Limited access, special permit required.
I hope my special permit is still valid.
It is. Welcome to Malachite.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Professor Ozerski, the director of STC.a.l.k.e.r. If you intend to remain at the center, please avoid interfering with our work and treat all visitors with courtesy and respect. My colleagues frequently require stalker assistance to retrieve artifacts or conduct field experiments. Should you prove yourself capable, you may be entrusted with such assignments.
I'm looking for information about the Phantoms. A monolithian called Faust conjured doubles of himself during a fight. I want to know how this is possible.
And I want to never have to hear about this subject again. But I suppose you're luckier than I am. The doubles you witnessed are induced illusions caused by psi influence within the s.t.a.l.k.e.r range. This Faust fellow appears to be employing older psi consciousness technology. Psi consciousness were the ones who extensively researched induced illusions and their impact on humans. Have you heard about the Wish Granter? That's their handiwork.
I want to know more about induced illusions.
I'm not entirely sure we still have any books with enough information here at the center. The s.t.a.l.k.e.r archives would come in handy here.
I got them after the signal. They're saved on this flash drive.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. However, analyzing these archives will require a considerable amount of time, and I take it you need answers as soon as possible. Fortunately, the X network is up and running again. There's an abandoned mirror facility nearby. It was used to study induced illusions until 2008. If you can restart it and reconnect the mirror to Malachite, I could look for the information you need.
What exactly do I need to do?
2 things. Activate the visual projection center and calibrate the communication antenna. Mind you, configuring the antenna might require specific conditions. The older the equipment, the harder it is to set it up properly. I advise you to find an operations manual for the facility's engineering team and follow its guidelines to the letter. Talk to you later. STC.A.L.K.E.R staff, and the mission is approaching. It is dangerous to remain outside. Gentlemen, please remain calm. Do not leave the premises. There's an emission outside. Is over. Staff involved in field research may now resume activities outside the facility.
Attention. A malfunction occurred during the launch of the mirror. Clear the valves of any foreign objects immediately. The launch of the mirror was successful. All research personnel, proceed to your seats.
Thank you for establishing a secure connection. I was able to retrieve the information you requested. The Controller project was responsible for the creation of phantoms as part of its research into induced illusions. However, all related data is highly classified and never went public. Fortunately, we have a list of the scientists involved in the project. If any of them are alive and in the zone, you may be able to get your information straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Do you know anyone on that list?
Regrettably, no. But I know someone who could assist you. Richter. He used to be a guide, but now his work mostly revolves around finding people. He's just the man you need.
Do you know where I can find Richter?
When he's not busy with his clients, he usually frequents the 100 Rods bar in Rostock. Try looking for him there. You can ask our guide. He'll help you find your way there.
Attention. A malfunction occurred during the launch of the mirror. Clear the valves of any foreign objects immediately.
Thank you for establishing a secure connection. I was able to retrieve the information you requested. The Controller Project was responsible for the creation of phantoms as part of its research into induced illusions. However, all related data is highly classified and never went public. Fortunately, we have a list of the scientists involved in the project. If any of them are alive and in the zone, you may be able to get your information straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Do you know anyone on that list?
Regrettably, no. But I know someone who could assist you. Richter. He used to be a guide, but now his work mostly revolves around finding people. He's just the man you need.
Do you know where I can find Richter?
When he's not busy with his clients, he usually frequents the 100 Rods bar in Rostock. Try looking for him there. You can ask our guide. He'll help you find your way there.
Here's the pullover. No clinking glasses on this one.
You want to chat?
I need to find some people. S.t.a.l.k.e.r mentioned you might be able to help me with that.
You're making some friends, I see. S.t.a.l.k.e.r is a man with the heart of gold. When he's not being pain in the ass, anyway.
You seem pretty popular yourself. Are you some kind of recruiter? Bringing folks to Strider, mingling with scientists, cozying up to S.t.a.l.k.e.r. And you keep popping up wherever I go, too.
Must be the zone's will. Nah, there's a plenty of recruiters here without me. By the way, there's that stalker who showed up after the signal, s.t.a.l.k.e.r. Ever heard of him? He's a legend around here. I hear he's putting together a new crew. He doesn't like what's going on in the zone and he wants to shake things up.
How can I find this s.t.a.l.k.e.r guy?
Nah. I might have said too much already. Either the zone's gonna help you, or s.t.a.l.k.e.r will find you himself. But I don't think you two would hit it off right now. As long as you and s.t.a.l.k.e.r keep looking for the Shining Zone, you better stay away from s.t.a.l.k.e.r. He doesn't trust or cooperate with anyone. Can you really blame him?
There are no trustworthy people in the zone. s.t.a.l.k.e.r's got that right. Looking for allies is a waste of time. Speaking of which, do you know anyone on this list?
I know one of them, Dvupalov. He's a real grump when he's sober, which thankfully isn't often. He's usually holed up in his old hideout and doesn't entertain visitors. If you want to talk to him, you'll need to bring him a collar from a mutant. He used to do some research with the collars and now he just collects them. Talk about sentimental.
Is this the type of collar Dvupalov collects?
Wow! You've certainly been around the zone if you've managed to find one. You're shaping up to be quite the stalker. Now that you have the collar, you're good to head to Dvupalov's hideout. I'll send you the coordinates. If he asks you for a password, the answer is leash. Remember, if the professor offers you a drink, don't turn it down. It'll make the conversation smoother. But don't try to outdrink him either. You won't stand a chance. See ya.
The leash.
Come on in. I'm don't drag your feet.
If you only got one, don't expect a big payout.
Hand it over. You're new around here, aren't you? Or have I just forgotten you? I had an assistant I'll never forget, Nightingale. He was a delight to work with and a great drinking buddy. It's a shame he's gone. Think you can fill his shoes?
I wasn't planning to. I'm here about...
I know what you're here about. The first ones in the house. But we'll enjoy it right here on the spot. You can fetch the bottle from my lab. It's just down the hall. You couldn't find it. Bottles tend to vanish into thin air around here. Must be yet another one of the zone's little wonders. Come on, take a seat. I have got a spare one.
Сама не розберуся, тому сьогодні з нами в студії людина, яка пов'язала своє життя з сиром. Сирна експертка про чист та дослідниця сирної культури. Вітаю, пані Оксано. Доброго дня, рада бути вашою.
All right. Let's sample the goods. Let's have one. And then we can talk about what, where, and how much. Here's to the start of our partnership.
Skip the vodka. I want to talk about the controller project. Your name's on the staff list.
You too? Was it that, Shill, Schmook, Sherpa, whatever his name is? Did he send you? He's a real pain in the ass. Bought a bottle of vodka and didn't even touch it. As for my biggest project, it's right here in this glass. Bottoms up, Stalker. To science, to partnership, to whatever floats your boat.
Here's to science. Making things better. Not worse.
Not even a flinch, huh? That sort of bravado is gonna impress me. When you're drinking, you've gotta put your heart into it. So, where are we? How about another one?
I'm not interested in vodka.
A man with no interest in vodka is a man with no interest in life itself. What motivates him then? How can you trust him? And most importantly, why share a drink with him? Look, how about those colors? Leave them out next time. The shop's closed. What's the point of stocking up on collars if I don't have a leash? It was a promising project, sure. But it's time to bid it farewell. Bottoms up, Stalker.
Okay. Bottoms up, Professor.
I see you're a man of ambition. Great aspirations, I'd even say. I'll drink in me for one. That's what I like about you. Maybe I'd like Sherbat too if he could drink like a man. But he just comes in, asks questions, and fumbles around. What am I supposed to talk to someone like that about? Let's take you, for instance. What do you want to talk about?
How do you destroy phantoms and defeat someone who can create induced illusions?
Seen double, eh? You probably just had some bad vodka. Try some of mine. It's good for more than just keeping radiation at bay.
When I saw the man who created those phantoms, I was stone cold sober.
Ha ha ha. And I was stone cold sober when I saw evidence that it was impossible. But who am I to forbid you from living in a world of illusions? If you're really so eager, drag your ass to X5. That's where the whole three-ring circus used to be. Try to find a blueprint for the suppressor. It's out to help you. I'm all out of vodka anyway. Come on. I'll give you the key card for the lab. The colors were a crude instrument. The suppressors, on the other hand, they were designed to dampen activity for the fight. Now, where did I put it? No, that's just some junk. Ah, look, a pickle. I'll save it for later. Fuck, where are you up to? The artifact just popped out of the still. Grab me, Stalker. Left. No, right. Catch that sucker! Left. No, right. Why, you're light on your feet, Stalker. You can hang on to this one. You've earned it. You went after that artifact like a bullet from a gun. Seems like I gave the keycard for X5 to Sherpa after all. That's why I hate teetotalers. The bastard must have caught me in a good mood. Anyway, if you want the suppressor, you need to talk to that boring grad student yourself. He's over in Nagroprom, staying close to X5. And now for the fourth shots, the happiest of them all.
I ask you to vacate the premises. I'm occupying it and there's nothing here to take.
Calm down, Sherba. Vupalov sent me.
Is the professor doing okay? He didn't succumb to intoxication from that poison of his, did he? Its alcohol by volume is nearing pure ethanol. Not to mention the anomalous component. What a fall from grace. A great scientist resorting to making vodka.
Dvupalov sent me to get the key card for X5. I'm looking for the Phantom suppressor.
It took Dvupalov a whole 6 months just to remember my name while I served him food every day. And now he tells you about the card right away? Did you drink with him or something?
It's tough to avoid having a drink with him.
That stuff is pure poison. All right, I'll give you the card. It's too risky for me in there anyway. But you've got to promise me that you'll search X5 for any papers related to the Controller project and bring them back to me.
Hand me that key card, and I'll see what I can do about your papers.
All right. It's not like I've got much of a choice. But keep those papers in mind, Stalker. You'll need to head all the way down, but if you're willing to do the job, I'll make it worth your while. I'll go check on the professor in the meantime. Seems like every time I look away, he's got a new drinking buddy.
sensor manually yet again, jeopardizing a scheduled experiment. This is not the first case of negligent handling of crucial Project X documentation. This matter needs to be addressed at once.
look for ways underground. We must descend and eliminate all threats to the voice of the monolith.
Taking cover!
Where did you find the key? Can't you just move on?
When are you going to let it go?
The Stalker, he's back. Those papers I mentioned, do you have them?
Where are your manners, young man? You won't even offer a man a shit and pour him a cold one?
Here. I don't want to be anywhere near these things.
This is... Yes! This is it! At last!
There's nothing exciting in there anyhow. I've told you before, young man, if even my own work can end in failure...
Faust wasn't exactly... a failure. In a way. Haven't you heard? He tapped into the X network, brought the monolith back, and caused a bloodbath all over the zone.
So he's... your project? The abilities you incorporate?
Shut up! I knew I was right all along. So that bunch of old farts in pots haven't given up on my research. Hooking him up to the monolith was a stroke of genius.
Thanks for those papers. They're a treasure worth all the years I spent at Malachite. We'll stay in touch. I've got grand plans for the future.
And I told them that the only way to create a true controller is to preserve his capacity to think, to feel, and make decisions. Sure, right now the choices he's making don't align with what the Ward, the NDST or anyone else had in mind. But I did succeed.
The MDST? What's that? The MDST? What's that?
The sun...
I found the suppressor. Can you install it?
All right. I almost forgot the reason you're here. All the work I did. It's all become meaningless. You're going to kill Faust.
A lot of people died because of him.
Were they good people? Well, then find other good people to install the suppressor. I'm not a technician. You're as much of a fool as I am if you think you can set things right. The controller project was abandoned, and yet Faust endures. Monolith disappeared, and now it has returned. Go ahead and kill Faust, Stalker. It won't change a thing. You'll see.